Origins of Surge. Surge is a young mutant with electricity-based powers, and presently requires gauntlet-like regulators to fully control her powers. Considered to be one of the natural leaders of the younger mutants, she now resides at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. Surge, Noriko Ashida, was born in Tokyo, Japan and was close to her brother but ran away from home at age 13 after her powers manifested. She claims that her father doesn't believe in mutants. It's unknown how she got to the US, but when she did, she was living on the streets of Salem Center when she went up to the Xavier Institute for help. Julian Keller chased her away for being homeless. Later, she had a serious power discharge, harming a Grindstone Cafe waitress in the process. Led by Elixir, he gathered the group to search for her that night. They saw her buying drugs, which they thought was causing the problems with her powers. Sophia blew them away, but it turned out that without the drugs, her powers were out of control. With Laurie's pheromone emotion manipulating powers, they subdued her and took her home. Beast then designed special metallic gauntlets that could regulate and control her ability to absorb ambient electrical energy, preventing further overloads. Starting off as a homeless teenager, with no control of her powers only through drugs she bought, Surge has become an excellent natural leader of the new generation of X-Men even though she doesn't desire the position of power. Forward and strong-minded, along with having a determined and independent personality, Nori often goes head-to-head with either those in power, despite their age, her superiors and especially her peers and teammates disagreeing or taking charge. In many occasions she almost gets herself into trouble, from almost starting a full-out fight between herself and Hellion after he simply insulted Prodigy's baseline status after M-Day, along with challenging Cyclops' choices for her team and for the school itself. Her outlook comes from rebelling against her traditional, Japanese, upbringing. Surge loves her family, but her father is traditional and does not believe in mutants. He believes that she simply ran away from home and brought shame to their family because of it, disowning her over the phone when Noriko called home to tell her parents she was safe. Surge is also a vocal feminist, as quickly demonstrated when she was roomed with the shy and conservative Dust. Overall, Nori is a very loyal and trustworthy person, though quick to challenge authority and pick a fight if she needs to. She'll do anything for a friend, and when placed in charge of new X-Men, she felt a considerable amount of responsibility placed upon her, and constantly pushed herself to do better and protect her teammates and friends, no matter the cost. It was also mentioned that Surge did not desire to be the leader of the new X-Men, and she does not actually desire to be placed in a position of power. Nori became a student of Xavier's school when the school adopted a squad system. She was assigned to Danny Moonstar's New Mutant squad with Elixir, Wallflower, Wind Dancer, Prodigy, and Icarus. She reluctantly roomed with the Afghan mutant, Dust. The two young women disagreed and repeatedly clashed on the accepted role of women in society and the Muslim traditions Soraya wanted to follow. Soon, the romantic relationship between Josh and Wolfsbane was revealed by the jealous Wither, and he faced much ostracizing from his fellow classmates. Surge was one of those who accepted him or didn't care. Using his powers in a new light, Josh restored Ron's mutant powers. Josh was then mauled by the newly feral Wolfsbane. Surge put her ingenuity to test, using her electrokinetic discharges to shock Joe Sh into healing himself without harming him. Later, her teammate David asked Emma Frost to remove a mental block on his mind that prevented him from accessing his full power. As a result, David became corrupted from the knowledge, skills, and power he absorbed, becoming the president of an increasing authoritarian United States and marrying Noriko in the process. One thing led to another, and Nori died, but it was revealed that this was a complex illusion with a likely outcome orchestrated by Emma Frost and Danny Moonstar. Feeling guilty, David avoided Nori, who was very annoyed at that fact. She eventually cornered him, and from there the two became an active couple. Powers and abilities. Surge is a mutant who can absorb electricity from all sources, e.g. static in the air, outlets, etc., and her powers are based in such a way that she absorbs electricity at all times. To control her ability, she must wear specially designed gauntlets to control her powers, or else her constant absorption of electricity clouds her thinking, makes her speak very fast and in a jittery, electronic fashion, worsens her control over her discharges, and radically alters the electrical impulses in her nervous system. The latest version of her gauntlets was made by Forge and are lightweight/more efficient as they have an adjustable knob to change the level of intensity in her blasts, as well as allowing her to control the input of electricity at a more stable rate. While the upper limits of Surge's electricity manipulation have yet to be determined, Surge has completely absorbed a Sentinel's electrical energy, mocked fellow electrokinetic strikers' attempt at overloading her, and nearly fried part of a city when losing control. Without gloves, Surge has absorbed the power of a city to overload Nimrod's time circuits. Surge can also channel her energy into generated superspeed, making her one of the faster X-Men. Her top speed has not been officially calculated, but Surge has crossed a mile in seconds. Surge's cruising speed is slightly inferior to Bullet's. Ran from Upper New York to the mountains of Colorado after classes were over. In a hypothetical instance, Surge ran from Washington, D.C., to Los Angeles, to Boulder, Colorado in mere hours. All in all, Surge has the ability to run at least several hundred miles per hour and retain that speed for several hours. The energy field Surge generates also seems to grant the young X-Man enhanced durability/energy projection as well. Surge's electric field acts like something of a barrier. With this electric shielding, Surge was unpierced by a bullets that tore through her friend, tanks a sustained explosion, and even survived a blast from Nimrod. Energy projection-wise, aside from losing control and nearly toasting multi-city blocks, Surge has impressive blast power that has harmed shielded Hellion, forcing him to use his full power to counter her, ending with them both collapsed, and even temporarily made Helllord Belasco register uncomfort. Surge has a natural aptitude for leadership, and has had some training Wolverine in hand-to-hand combat.